Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're going to tear apart the whole idea of becoming a US citizen. But forget about a simple timeline. We're going to look at it as a series of gateways. These critical points you absolutely have to pass through. We'll dig into the how and why behind each one. So let's jump right in. Okay, so here's the thing. We're actually going to start at the very end. Kind of weird, right? But this quote, it's straight from USCIS, and it's the key to everything. If you get this one point, it completely changes how you see the entire journey. It's not about checking boxes or acing a test. It's a profound legal change that doesn't actually happen until the very, very last second. Right, so the path to becoming a citizen, it's not just a to-do list you can power through. Think of it more like a video game with different levels, or gateways. And the very first gateway is all about laying the groundwork, your basic eligibility. This is where you find out if you can even get in the door. At first glance, these requirements look pretty straightforward, right? You've got to be 18, you need to have been in the country for a certain amount of time. Those are just facts. But then you get to number 4, good moral character. And this is different. The others are snapshots of your past, but this one, it's like a thread that runs through the entire process, from the day you start until the moment you're done. So, what's the big deal here? It's that this good moral character thing isn't just a one-time background check. No, it's a continuous, active evaluation of how you're behaving. And that's a really powerful tool for the government. Why? Because it means they can disqualify you for something you do after you've already applied. It makes eligibility this living, breathing standard, not just a picture taken on day one. All right, so once you've cleared that first hurdle of basic eligibility, you're ready for Gateway 2. This is where you actually build your case. It's your official introduction to the US government, and it all happens through one key document, the Form N-400. Now these days, this is all done online through the My USCIS portal. But please, don't think of it as just filling out some web form. It's so much more than that. You're basically building your digital life story, your official dossier. Every single document, every little piece of info you give them, it becomes a permanent part of this file that's going to be looked at with a microscope later on. And once that file is submitted, well, that leads you to what might be the single most important face-to-face meeting in this whole thing, the naturalization interview. This is the moment your digital file gets a real-life, in-person checkup. And listen to this. This one little phrase, pulled right from the official USCIS playbook, changes everything about that meeting. It's a game changer. It signals that you're not just at some casual appointment. You're now in a formal, legal proceeding. So you've got this huge shift happening, right? The interview. It might feel like you're just chatting with an officer, but in the eyes of the law, it's sworn testimony. Every word you say is under oath, and it's all going into a permanent legal record. Getting that difference is so important. This isn't a friendly chat, it's a formal exam. Okay, let's move on to the next gateway, which actually happens inside the interview itself. See, they're not just there to talk about your application and your life story. The interview is also where they test you on your English and your knowledge of US civics. Now, the system does have some built-in exceptions for the English tests, which you can see right here. You might hear people call them the 50-20 or 55-15 rules. Basically, it's a mix of how old you are and how long you've had a green card. And check this out. If you qualify for the 65-20 rule, you even get an easier version of the civics test. Pretty interesting, huh? And this points to something really important about how the whole system is designed. There's a second chance built right in. If you look at the official info, it says that if you don't pass a part of the test, it's not game over. They'll actually give you another shot at it. That's a really big deal. All right, let's talk about the final gateway. So, you've aced the interview, you passed the tests, and USCIS has looked over your whole case. They give it the green light and approve your N-400. This is the exact moment where the biggest misunderstanding about this whole thing pops up. So, let's paint a picture. Your application is approved, you passed your tests, you get that amazing letter in the mail. So, are you a US citizen now? What's the actual final step that legally makes it official?
And the answer is a big fat no. You are absolutely not a citizen yet. Not until you physically show up to an oath ceremony and say the oath of allegiance out loud. And this isn't just for show. It's not a mere formality. It is the legal act that officially makes you a citizen. Getting your application approved just means you've earned the right to take that final step.
And really, that's the bottom line here. This whole process, which can take years, doesn't end when you get an approval letter. It ends with you, in a room with other people, making a public, sworn promise. It's a legal transformation, and it's finalized by you choosing to adopt a new identity as a citizen. So at the end of the day, it's not just about, did I check all the boxes? The real question is, have I made it through every single gateway to get to that one final life-changing moment?